that the aliens are supposed to come and invade and conquer the earth. Remember that by the time traveler? Let me get this stool here for Rosie Honey. So I woke up and it's March the 23rd. Rosie Honey, you ain't going outside, baby. You are a little baby. Get your little paw in there, Rosie Honey. You don't need to go out. You got to stay in there and be a good little girl. Good morning, Susan B. Honey. So we did a video. It's been a few days ago. And you know how they do these TikTok things and stuff of that nature. Let me get this popping back up if I can. Where do we do this? You all look at this outside. It's really nice out, even though it's kind of cloudy. It is. And I don't see any aliens out there right now. I don't. In fact, when I came out on the porch, I heard the wind chimes greet me as I came out on the porch this morning, which is really nice to be greeted by the wind chimes. Yeah. I think that I think they get a kick out of the time traveler. Whoopsie, I really do. I think they get a kick out of this time traveling stuff. It's like the National Enquirer. The aliens are invading and conquering the earth. Well, they don't got to invade and they don't got to conquer. They did that thousands of years ago. But what could happen is their leader comes to the earth. That's the bigger thing. They had to prepare all these thousands of years for their master. That's right. The master of the aliens. Kind of like the Dark Lord, whatever that is. Is it the Sith or something? I don't know about that Star Wars stuff, you all. Where did we do that video? Right here. This is the red circle. There we go. The aliens right there. You all, we do so many videos. That's 2 days ago. The aliens are going to take over all the governments. First they said May. Then they also said March. Look at this. March. The big island, that would be Hawaii. 22 hours ago. They're telling us, you all. Asteroids and aliens. Self-proclaimed time traveler. Posting on the popular social media TikTok says hostile aliens will destroy the earth on March the 23rd. Well, they better hurry up if they're going to be doing some destroying. But then you have to think about what the word destroy means. What are you going to destroy? You're going to destroy our way of life as it is right now to create some more evolving within us? Probably. That's okay. We're strong enough on the inside for these aliens to come. Besides, we know about them. We do know about them, you all. Good morning, everyone. We know that we got aliens. We know we got UFOs in Hawaii. We got plasma beings right now, right there, all over the world. We have a sun that is pulsating. There's a docking station sitting outside the sun. Who does that belong to? Who does that belong to, you all? And if you look at the top of the matter of these page, we've been waiting for these aliens to document them. Some say, Regina, they ain't bad aliens. I call those light ships. I documented them. I did. No. We got them coming out of the sun. Look at this, you all. Watch this. Is this the mothership sending the probes to Earth? Because they say there's a mothership right there. And these are coming out of the sun, you all. Every single day. But see, they put the particular time stamps on there so we can't see what's coming and going. We can't. And if you look at the sky, you think, oh, well, I'll just see it in the sky. No, you won't. This is what you'll see. You want to get up there and look on days like this thinking, well, I'm going to catch them when they come. I'm going to catch the aliens when they come and invade today because it's March the 23rd. And they're going to conquer the earth and all the governments of the world. Well, in all actuality, we may very well see a day like that. Now, I'm being very serious, where the aliens do come and conquer the world and take over all the governments. And it will be widely known. Something will happen. We will have a catastrophic mutating event as promised by the WEF. catastrophic mutating event. I think an alien invading force or something supernatural will occur for them to come out and say that. Okay, let's look at this, you all. Come on. So last night we found a little bit more about these aliens that are going to come and take over the world and conquer it. What are we going to do? You know this video right here? You may not know about that video right there. Let me do this. I'm gonna do this while I'm doing this, okay? Because I can do it. That's right, you all. It's March the 23rd. They're going to take over the earth, and they're running out of time. If they're going to make any moves today, they are. Look at this, you all. Let me take you this. I'm gonna look. Oh, we got some sky in the background, but none of that. You all, let's click right here. I want you to click into. If you go here, go to the 16-minute mark, 16-minute mark of this video and watch it from there on out. Watch it from there on out, you all. You may think, I'm not watching that video. She's just talking about the clouds. No, I'm not. You watch it. This is some aliens right here, you all. Aliens. This is what they're talking about. When they say the BLM, they're talking about that right there because of scientists. They refer to that life form as that type of a life form. That's what they're talking about, you all. That is what they're talking about. This right here. This is the life form, and they're playing people. They are playing people. So when this happened, a lot of information started. I had an information download. We tied it all together. You go to the 16-minute mark of that video. You will not be disappointed. You won't be. Rosie, honey, get your paw back in the door. You ain't going to be hanging out of that door. You get yourself back in there, Rosie, honey. She wants to go outside, you all. Today is the day that the aliens come and conquer the earth, they said, according to the time traveler. He's been given dates, and these dates ain't been coming out. They ain't been coming out. But look at this. When I did this, the time traveler, look at this. It looks like the results below are changing quickly. Of course they're changing quickly. We got some advanced technology here. You need to, are they trusted on this topic? And come back later because other sources might have more information on this topic. Well, okay, I will be one of those other sources. Rosie, you got to do it. You know, you done rent it. Come on, Rosie. You cannot be climbing this screen. I got to get Rosie out of the way because she's not doing me right. She's going to have to get down and go to bed. Go to bed, Rosie. No, see, you're going to have to be a good girl because you done it. And I'm going to push her chair far enough away from the door so she can't not jump up there. The only jumping she's going to do is on that thing right there, Rosie, because you are being a distraction. Love you, Rosie, honey. You're a little baby. Yes, you are. Her's a little baby. You are. What we going to talk about? The invasion of the aliens. They're conquering. They are conquering you all. Yes. We love our little Rosie. So that's what we're talking about, the time traveler. March the 23rd, the aliens will come and conquer the earth. They're already here anyhow. But they're supposed to be taking over the governments of the world. They were. Invade and conquer. Well, they're already here. But then you're in luck. If nothing happens today, the March the 23rd day, you all, we are in luck because, look at this. Look at this. A very hostile alien. We do got a hostile alien species coming to take back the earth, and we will not win. See, that's where they got it wrong. We will win. We win in the end, despite them coming back and trying to conquer us. We're going to win. It may cost us our life, but you all be going to win. That's the end goal. We are going to win. I see you flying around up there. You buzzards are going to come around here. Circle me right now. You go right around. You're going to lose. That's right, you all. No, see, you're not going to win. You're not going to win. Okay, you're not. Just like the Eye of Sauron. That's kind of like what it is. So they're going to take over. They may not be. They just may be watching. Okay, you all, they may be. That's right. No, Rosie's not an alien spy. She's a sweet little baby. She's got a good spirit. If she didn't have a good spirit, she would not be in this house. Okay, that's right. She would not. She's got a good spirit. So look at this, you all. So we're going to talk about this. You're going to go to the 16-minute mark on these videos because I open my big fat mouth in this video right here. I don't know what she's doing. If you go to the 16-minute mark, you're going to get an mouthful to the end of the video. You're going to get an earful. How about that? An earful of the aliens invading the earth and conquering the earth. Oh, get back to my topic. But that's you all go to this one right here. UFOs cloaked in Hawaii. But you got to go to the 16-minute mark because I'm not talking just about the clouds, you all. We aren't. Now we are coming full circle. We're having events taking place on the earth. And someone said something in a video that I did, you all. This video right here. I just read a comment. We're talking about the aliens, the Etsy or whatever you call it, the Etsy ranch. She said, Gina, the opening phrase on your video was the same as James Gillian, if that's his name, how he ended his video or something. And talking about the alien agenda or something, you all. I haven't never watched a video about it, so I don't know. But have you noticed that? It's like people do parrot the same words like parrots, like news agencies and stuff. And I'm thinking, if I'm saying something, a certain phrase, and somebody else is saying a certain phrase, what are we being programmed? Are we an advanced life form too? Because if we are, well, we're going to invade the earth and we're going to take over, you all. The angels are going to take back this earth. That's what we can say. But look at this. So the clouds. If you watch this video, and I would highly encourage you to, these are life forms jumping out of the clouds and they're manifesting, and that's above there. There's portals there at the Hawaii observatories because we could document them. Even though that video is an hour long, you all, we got some extraterrestrial activity, interdimensional activity occurring at the observatories in Hawaii. We do. They come down to the ground base and there's like this tower behind that observatory or in front of that observatory. If you want something, you want to see some contact, we get into detail. If you see a longer video, that's because we got into the details of the video. Okay, that is why. Right here, see, because they jump out of the clouds and they look like a robotic life form. They really do. These are programmable like life forms in the sky, but this one right here, I'm not quite sure what type that is. I didn't get a bad feeling because, you know, we're just investigating. But let me tell you something. If you go to like this part, you see right beneath me? In this tower, right down here, watch, see that at the bottom? There is a life form that's down there. As this thing opens up, you'll have to go to that, you are, because I think I was making it really bigger for people to see. Something is occurring there. This life form, get that out of the way. There's a life form down here. It's a dark life form that occurs on here. You see the movement? And there's nothing there, but it came from the clouds. Watch the movement. It's like a portal opens up and there is a life form. You can find that at the 27-minute mark. We associated that when it moved from one part of the screen, it went down here underneath here, you all. This is no joke. I'm not on here playing. We're not playing with the aliens. We're not. There's something going on. There's something going on at the observatories. They're highly interested. These aliens are highly interested in what's occurring at the observatories. And I think they got the time traveler out there speaking because they want the time traveler, they want the people to, you know, get some amusement out of these dates that this time traveler that they're pushing all over the place is putting out there. I think this is like part of their soft disclosure. Hey, we got some aliens here. We're going to tell you that they're coming. It's like the boy who cried wolf. The boy who cried wolf, and then after a while, nobody listened, but then the wolf came, the big bad wolf. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? The big bad wolf, the big bad wolf. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? I don't even know what that's from, you all, but no, see, there is activity. You see, you watch this right here. You come here. I know it takes long, but it takes a long time to document, you all. That's not just a camera glitch. It's not. It is some type of a life form That is in our dimension. It manifests physically in our dimension at the observatories, you all. It is mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling, you all. But it's okay. It's all right because we can document these. We can trace the aliens. We can trace where they've been. We can track them down because we are. We got to document it. We got to document it no matter how long it takes until, you know, they quit allowing us to document. That's right. You also, the time traveler said March the 23rd, the aliens are going to involve and conquer the earth. However, March the 23rd is today. It's today, right here. You see it? It's, oh, it's 8:59. We're going to turn into the number 9. 9 is this. 9 is the Is 9 is the number of completion? Is that what 9 is? The number of completion? Really? They're telling us to come back later. This is an intelligent thing right here. This whole entire Google thing is intelligent. And if you look at this thing right here, they make predictions. Well, that's okay. If they make predictions and they claim to be a time traveler, is that their way of getting by the misinformation? Because they're cracking down on the misinformation. They need to crack down on that time traveler and tell him he needs to get his dates straight, especially if this does not come out, because he should not be, or she should not be given, or it should not be given preference just because they call themselves a time traveler. Well, I'm a walk-in, so I want the same thing done to here too, you all. If I claim to be a walk-in, what they call it, because I'd never heard of it before, but really some would say that Gina is a walk-in. They would, because listen, it was back in around 2018 where I stood right there in that spot. And it was around this, it was the September time frame, and I took a picture of this guy right up here. It was around that time frame when the ships, the observatories went down, okay? They went down. And rumors started swirling. Why did they shut the observatories down? And that's when my photos of that egg-shaped thing and the UFOs attached, they literally were circulating all around the world, and I saw them on news channels. And I had no idea. Somebody put that stuff out there, and that's why I'm here. That's how it happened, you all. And I have no idea how the ships show up in my phone when they would. No idea. But it was during that time frame. I saw 3 beings come down in a beam of light. It was a small extraterrestrial, shorter than 3 feet. There was an older lady. She was kind of chubby. She looked like me in my future. She really did. She was setting. He was standing right there, the alien. She was like sitting right there on something. She sat there, and there was a younger woman who stood literally right here where I'm at. She stood right here. Long brown wavy hair, looked like me in my future, or my past. Long brown wavy hair. And she's right here, and she's got her hand on the banister looking this way at the sky. And this is in 2018, I'm right here. I am right here at my door. I'm looking at her because I can see her, and I'm looking at them because I can see them. And I know why she's there. She's going to be me, and I'm going to be her, and my life is going to change because I just did my gardening, my mechanics. I just do all kinds of stuff. A quiet life, and I was worried about my daughter because I knew my life was changed, because I knew exactly why she came right here. This lady, which was me, looked like me in my past with my long brown hair, around my late 20s or early 30s. That's what she looked like. And then this lady who looked like me in my future, this would be a multiverse. Is it what the one who was right here, she looked at me, she read my mind, and she told me it's okay. It's only going to be 4 years. 4 years. And I think I found the timestamp for the 4 years, because that day when this lady is there, right there, this thing happening, it was like a March. It was like a March of 2019. That's really, I think that's the one, that timeline makes sense to me. It does, because when it happened, shortly after that happened, I remember standing, me personally right now, I wasn't whatever, I was standing right here. And there in the sky was a row of cloud ships. They were in lines. You know those stadium seats? They were in lines going right here, and they were in lines going right here. And there's this great big opening right there in the middle of me, right there. Perfectly, they literally stretched all the way back there, and they were perfect alignment. Came all the way up here, above, stopped right up there. And the same thing right here. They came all the way there, and they stopped right up here. That showed up on a timeline, a video, a live video of that right there, and that was in March because I just looked at it last week. That's the only timeline that I know that is close to when that event occurred. But we're talking about these aliens. Today is supposed to be Alien Conquer the Earth Day. If they're going to conquer it, they better make some good changes, really. They really should make some good changes. But no, listen, listen. They're here at the observatories. They're really acting strange at those observatories. Why do they have to redo their camera equipment, you all? Why? Okay, now, and seeing if you look at this, this is really strange. 12.6 million views. Of course, I got the middle of my name wrong. This is like a TikTok thing. I don't do TikTok, but how can there be 12.6 million views on a Gina Maria Calvin Hill exposed? But last night, right here, this is a long video too, 1 hour and 26 seconds, or 26 minutes. You say, Gina, I'm not going to watch that. Okay, don't. Because we're talking about the objects, the alien-like objects that were implants or something that were put in people's body. This guy, he all of a sudden died in 2014. The last surgery that he did 17 surgeries. Out of the 17, one was just like a piece of glass, but he found an implant in the guy's hand, right there. In his hand, and it's right there in that spot, like, you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about like right there and right here in the center, where these, he found an implant there, and he found an implant in someone's toe. It's like in their joints, a place where it's easily whatever. But these things that he removed from the people's body, they had a frequency within them. They emitted certain frequencies, and they had a membrane. Some were metal-like with 11 like minerals or something that came from. They traced it to a galaxy. It's the Alpha Centauri. That's where they traced the compounds. These are these scientists and stuff. This actually was like on Coast to Coast too. This guy is what they had on Coast to Coast until he died. He was a frequent guest because he specifically focused on the okay, you hear them. You all, wait a minute. Well, here's what he said, you all. This is really mind-boggling. In this thing, it showed if you had, this is like some of the things that people had puncture wounds on their body from aliens, the trace evidence of medical procedures on abductees is what he did. But this is the thing. When he did this one, you all, let's see if we can get one object. Look, Dr. Lear, this is what it is. It was significant that in no case did Dr. Lear observe a scar which could have marked the entry point for implants by this. But something else he did observe was uncanny in the extreme. Two objects appeared to move under the skin during the surgery as if they were trying to avoid extraction. And one object, when unintentionally broken during removal, it actually reassembled itself. This is under these abductees' bodies, under their skin. It literally reassembled itself. These are things that this doctor who specialized in that, that's what he noticed. Self-assembly. And his last surgery was back in 2011. Then he died in 2014. I think probably have an untimely death, really, if you think about it. An untimely death. This is like the specimens. Look at this. So some were mechanical, but some was like, I don't know, like, they're not too. This is like, look at the size of them. They're so tiny. You know what that looks like, a life form. It does look like a life form, you. I'm not going to say it doesn't. I'm not. Look at this. The stunning discovery. Look at this. The stunning discovery can only mean one thing. Someone or some entity manufactured these implants using very advanced technology. Bear in mind that it was not until 1991 that carbon nanocubes were discovered by human science. This is what timestamp is. 103. You want to learn about the nitty gritty? Go around that time frame, you all. These aliens, if they've been the mothership up there in the earth, and they've been sending probes to earth and stuff. I think they sent more than probes. They probably sent some shuttles down and abducted people and implanted them with things, because how coincidental would it be, you know, to find an implant right there where you bend your hand right there between your whatever, and then find these different types of implants. Okay, different types of implants in there. 1991 is when I left Berlin, Germany. Okay, my son was born in a Krankenhaus because in 1990, the war broke out. The Desert Storm broke out in 1990. And all the military doctors and nurses, boom, they went over there to the Middle East. And the Berlin Wall fell down. The Berlin Wall fell down and the two Germanys were reunited. There is an important timestamp right here, you all. They found the carbon nanocubes discovered. This is an important timeline on Earth. But look at this. They had experts. A third member of research team experienced a nuclear physicist, Dr. Robert Kuntz, believes, based on his analysis of all the findings, there could well be an off-world civilization responsible for manufacturing and implanting these objects in the people. This is an experimental nuclear physicist. That's what he believes. Someone or some entity manufactured these right here, you all. Manufactured it. Let's look at this, you all. Let's get right here because we're going to have to see some more. Let's see. All right, awesome. I'm still talking, but we're going to go up on it, you all. So let's see this. According to him, listen to you all. This is important. We're talking about the time traveler and the aliens invading and conquering the earth and taking over the world. Well, this right here is from the doctor who removed the implants. Now we got a nuclear physicist talking about where and who did it. According to Kuntz, one metallic object exhibited an isotope variance that mathematically means it has to have originated from a spot in the Milky Way galaxy, around 90 million years older than Earth and within a distance of 50 light years, take her minus a few billion years, you all. Look at this. And look where it came from. Our stellar neighbor, Alpha Centauri. Alpha Centauri. And you know what's in Alpha Centauri. Who came from Alpha Centauri? It is the Draconians. The Draconians. Do you think the Draconians are hostile, an alien hostile force? Do you think they are? They're the upright serpents. The upright serpents. Do you think those upright serpents would implant people's bodies? Do you? Or do they come in peace? And why are they the ones out there? Why are we talking about the upright serpents, these draconians, right here from the Alpha Centauri? Alpha Centauri, you all. No, No, this is a time traveler. March the 23rd. The aliens will destroy the earth. Well, if we're still here and it comes on March 24th, well, I don't think it was a physical destruction or unless we went on another timeline or unless there was a physical destructuring that takes place behind the scenes on Earth, because destruction could have many different definitions to it depending on how you're using it and what way you're using it. You can destruct an entire economy. You can destruct a relationship. You can destruct, you can disassemble and rebuild so that you can rebuild. Destruction. That's what we're talking about. Yes. Michelle Stone, honey, that's right. Something came in. Something came in. And we had self-assembling. self-assembling implants inside this body that these that they put in there, you all. Look at this. Aliens at Proxima Centauri? A new radio signal raises the question. Now, what did I say about this other video that I did? It was on the Hawaii. It was at Hawaii, but you got to go to around the 16-minute mark in that video where I'm talking about the clouds in Hawaii. 16-minute mark. Somebody was asking, Gina, what video is it that you talking about the radio signal? It's that video. Go to the 16-minute mark because information started flowing in. They knew when they started sending out those signals up there in space, there was somebody who knew exactly what they were doing, and they had all these other scientists there who work for the better of humanity, who don't have an ulterior motive, but you have some type of an alien species that has been planted here on Earth, sending a signal out there to Alpha Centauri region, letting them know, okay, we're getting it ready for you to come. We're getting it ready. They knew what they were doing. They know where it comes from. They know where these signals come from, and they know what species are at these places. They know beyond a shadow of a doubt. So, do we have something like that happening? Yeah, we do. We do. We have something like that happening, you all. We do. Self-assembling. Some of these were self-assembling. This is a nuclear physicist. There could well be an off-world civilization responsible. And you know that we got reptilians in these governments around the world. We got reptilians, they're pretending to be humans. Pretending to be humans. Walking amongst us. They're taking on human bodies. You can say they're demonic entities. You can call them what you want. Call them what you want, because if they are out to harm humanity, that's demonic. That's not love, and that's not of God. Look at this, you all. So we got the time traveler. We're talking about the time traveler. This is the video from last night. So look at this. When he removed, isn't that strange how that did that? Before the objects were removed, this is another one. This scientist, this guy, he passed a gauss, you see that up the top, a meter, a magnetometer over the site of the implants to detect any electromagnetic radiation coming from these objects. And to his surprise, he found they emitted radio waves at 8 hertz, 14 megahertz, and 19 gigahertz frequencies. And although these emissions, they ceased within 60 to 90 days once the objects were removed, suggesting that they drew energy from their host's body while in place. Your body will keep these things alive inside of it, because your body will be the battery. Your body is the battery for these things, because they're harnessing your body's energy, you all. And the one thing that was removed from the man's back, the thumbnail, it had a frequency on it too. It was an article that was printed back in 2000 something, you all. This is a really good video. Just skim through it, you all, because they're shadow banning this too. When you got a low number like this, then there is very important information on the inside of it, you all. A lot of information. This is like during one of the procedures. They actually put what they found in his hand right there. They removed something from someone's hand in this area right there. It took him a while in one instant to find it, because it was so embedded underneath the skin. They found out that these implants did not have like organ rejection. You know, you got a foreign object in your body. No. They didn't do that. No, their body, in case of the one man, here's the one man laying there during the surgery. And they dug around for an hour or so to try to get it all out. So this is real. This is happening. Are there aliens? Yeah, there's aliens. You can call those. You can label the aliens as demons if you want, because some people do. Gina, they're demons and they're fallen angels. Okay. Well, there's Alpha Centauri. The metals that came from these things came from that region in the in the universe. Okay, they had some more information about them. If I can find it, you all. The two objects that he took out, two objects appeared to move under the skin. So they were not human. They were not, but they weren't organic, but yet they were able to move underneath the skin. And if they were, as if they were trying to avoid extraction from the human host. And then one of the objects was unintentionally broken during the removal and actually reassembled itself. Okay, you have an intelligent species under the skin in people's bodies who have been implanted. And I could have an implant in me. You could have an implant in you. If you have a feeling that you've been abducted, look, 17 implants removed from 16 surgeries. Until he had a nonprofit organization. You don't have somebody spending their time investigating things like this if there was no such things as UFOs. He even spoke at the MUFON things and all this kind of stuff. You don't create agencies just for the fun of it, just to play a game. No. See, there's something's happening. Could even be humans on the earth doing it too, but these things were manufactured. Look at this. So he did 17 implants in all until he had an untimely passing in 2014. He probably opened his mouth too much and found too much information that they said, okay, your time is done. You are done for. He performed 16 surgeries on people, removing 17 foreign objects in total of anywhere between 6 millimeter and 10 millimeter objects, and about the thickness of the pencil lead, you all. So we're talking about time traveler, aliens conquering the earth and taking over the governments of the world, invading and conquering. And if today goes without a thing, without something happening, and you don't hear about it, and then you hear another date, May the 23rd, because that's another date too, May the 23rd of 2023. That's another date that's been thrown out there. This time traveler is, you think they're just buying time? They're buying time. They're going to tell the people things. Really? Look, not all these objects were metallic, though. He put them into 3 broad categories: metallic, non-metallic, and biological. 7 fell into the metallic categories. So what's that mean about the other ones? What does that mean about the 16 other ones? They got a total of 16, and you have 7 falling in the metallic categories. Well, what were the other ones? Non-metallic and biological. Okay, because they don't say how many were that. Highly significant is that all 7 were virtually identical in shape and composition, which strongly suggests a common source of manufacture. If this is, you don't just manufacture 7 of these. No. If you're a highly advanced race of beings, you're going to have millions of them that you have manufactured. Millions. You ain't going to waste your time setting that up, manufacturing a few handful. No. There's millions of them manufactured. There's no telling how many humans on the face of this earth got these implants in them. And this is what some of them look like this, you all. He didn't say how many were life forms. Biological life forms, you all. Look at this, you all. These are talking about the Gina. What are you talking about? What is this topic about? We're talking about the alien, the time traveler, who said he came from the year 2000, whatever, 70 to 2160 something, 2760. I don't know where he came from. He probably doesn't know either, because he's probably traveled too much, and he's forgot the year that he came from traveling. But he said on March the 23rd, he's made a lot of predictions that have not come true, mind you. But the aliens would conquer the world. What if this is meant to be, oh, this is very entertaining, but really think about it. Think about it. What if This is put out there as people, ha 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 ha, yeah, right, we're right. And really, all the while, there is a change of command on the face of the earth. A change of command. Because that way, you're telling part of the truth, and people are expecting to see aliens walking around, destruction, and ships up in the sky, but it's a covert takeover. See, what if it's like that? A silent takeover. And they didn't lie because they did it. They did it. They invaded and conquered and took over the governments of the world. What if that, you all? That would make sense. Therefore, the time traveler would not be argued. We would not be mistaken. And what about the March the 23rd? You all, we gotta go way out there. Why does they got 2 dates? Think about it. You got 2 dates. You got the March the 23rd, and the other date, which we did a video on, is the May the 23rd. So what if we have two? The first one is the people getting it ready, and then the second time, come May 23rd, boom, comes the reinforcements even more so. So really, what if it's 2 times? They're bringing in a larger convoy from the Alpha Centauri region, really. Alpha Centauri, because we got the upright serpents, because they would be the hostile 2 times. Two groups coming to do it. Okay, call for building up their forces, you all. So they're building them up. What was I supposed to be looking at? We're talking about looking where these are coming from. The span of the project, you all. We get to some very important information here. And I'm at the 1 minute or 1 hour mark. That's when it really gets interesting. If you go around the 1 hour mark, around that, you can find they delve into the composition of the objects. Chemist Dr. Alex Mosier, whose specialty was metallurgical analysis, found rare meteorite metals such as platinum, gallium, rhodium, indium, germanium, and ruthenium. Kind of ruthless. Even more otherworldly, though, is the nickel he found. He found the nickel. Nickel is a common enough terrestrial metal, is what they say, but it possessed an isotopic ratio not known to exist on Earth. So you've got an isotopic ratio that is not known to exist on Earth. But that's not all that was extraordinary, you all. Another collaborator, material scientist and nanotechnology specialist. Why did they have to have these certain specialists? A nanotechnology, how did he get? You have to ask yourself, if you're a nanotechnology specialist, how long did you have to go to school and study this? How many years? And before you study something like that, surely there had to be some knowledge for a long time about this nanotechnology, really, for you to have specialists in this area. Nanotechnology specialists, you all. Think about it. Nanotechnology specialists. They brought in experts. So let's see this, you all, because this is what they got a time traveler telling stuff. He explained that they found evidence of built-in electronic circuitry made of carbon nanotubes. These are 1 atom thick sheets of carbon rolled into tubes that, depending on the radius and the chiral rolling, I can't see it, angle, I'm trying to read it through the thing, and the comments are going up. It can be made to behave, okay, this is intelligent. It can be made to behave as a metal or a semiconductor, and semiconductors, of course, use in electronic circuitry, you all. So they got these experts. There's nano stuff. They got a picture of it. We can see it right there. Right there, you all. Look at that. That is what it looks like. That's what they said it looks like. In some of that, they brought in the big boys. So you think, oh, this is all make-believe. It's not happening. It is happening. Duh. But if you don't want to think it's happening, that's fine. You don't have to think it's happening because other people believe it's happening. So I don't know what I'm doing. I want to just like pause it right there. You all look at that third member. They have another third member. This is when the look at this. This is when they say the stunning discovery can mean one thing, that someone or some entity manufactured them using very advanced technology. And bear in mind, they say, it wasn't until 1991 that carbon nanotubes were discovered by the human science. 1991, when the world changed. And then the third member is the nuclear physicist, Robert Kuntz. Based on his analysis, it could very well be an off-world civilization responsible for manufacturing and implanting these objects. It's like that. Look at that. And where did they say the objects came from? Well, they'll tell you where they came from. Mathematically, one metallic object exhibited an isotope variance that mathematically means it has to have originated from a spot in the Milky Way galaxy around 90 million years older than the Earth and with a distance of 50 light years, give or take around a million miles, a few billion miles. And it was our stellar neighbor, Alpha Centauri. So, that video getting shadow banned because of the implants. It was very interesting, you all. You can read it because we found the article. We searched and searched. Vast majority, these victims, go past the front parts. This is just before we get into it because they just go with it. This is one article. Vast majority of victims have no conscious recall of abduction events. Only under regressive hypnosis are they able to remember what happened to them. And it appears that the aliens have a terrifying telepathic ability to penetrate an abductee's mind and not only disable their capacity to recall, but also embed what is called a screen memory, a false memory designed to replace any memory of the abduction event. We read that article, and that article it mentioned that guy's name in it, and it was called the 17th patient or something. And that's how we got into what he was talking about. It was that article right there, the trace evidence of the procedures and stuff you also, yeah. They use restraints on them and they puncture your body just like that. You all, we're done looking at that, but I would encourage you to look at that. Gina, what videos would you encourage us to look at? Well, the whole channel's about, it's geared really toward this realm over there. This one last night, go to around the hour mark. This where it really gets in the nitty gritty about the implants and what they were composed of, metallic, non-metallic, and biological, okay? And some elements came from the the Milky Way galaxy, you all. I'd look at that one. I would look at this one right here. I can't remember what timestamp to go to, but you can see there's life forms up there. I would go to the 16-minute mark of this video because information download happened. The 16-minute mark of that video. Okay, which brings us back to the time traveler, is what it brings us back to, the time traveler. And they're talking about the mothership that's up there, they're talking about the probes. These things are coming out of the sun. And if you watch that video, we tie all these pieces together with that. We do. These cubes, they look like cubes, but they have the ability to stack themselves up on one another. They can make certain shapes in the sky. They can. Certain shapes, and they're intelligent. And there may be people who don't believe in any of it at all. Well, because your eyes are closed and you could be a paid whatever, a paid tro. Well, you ain't going to change anybody's mind who have seen these things coming out of the coronal holes in the sun. But if you look at this, you all, right here, they're in the Pacific Ocean. where we got them, you all. In the Pacific Ocean. We tracked them there. We found them there one day. They're the same. They're the same ones coming out of the sun. We got the Borg, the UFOs in the Pacific Ocean, and then the other one that was the clincher. Let's see if we can get it, you all. I would watch this video too, right here. This is the Canada, France, Hawaii telescope right here in Hawaii. These ships that's coming out of the sun, they're in the Pacific, they're in the clouds all around the world. They are showed up on the Canada, France, Hawaii telescopes in Hawaii. They're up there in the sky, and we can't see them, but you can see the cubes in the sky. You can see black cubes, you can see translucent cubes. So, yes, we have aliens, we have entities, we have the Milky Way galaxy area, we have the Alpha Centauri. They're draconians who would be a hostile species, according to this time traveler who takes over the earth to solidify their power. So if it happens today on March 23rd, if something happens, well, the time traveler is right in one timestamp, the 23rd, if it happens. And then on the May the 23rd, if something else crazy happens, okay, that's the reinforcements. That's two waves of invasions coming to the earth, 2 waves. So I would say that, yeah, there's something to it. There's something to it. Otherwise, they would not have this time traveler with his predictions put out all over the internet. It would not, because if they didn't want it, if there was no truth to it, I don't think they'd put it out like that, but there is some kind of truth to it, you all. So I'm going to be going. I think I've been on here long enough. People don't like to watch long videos, but then there's a lot of information packed into long videos. There really is. So I'm going to go. Thank you all for your comments. Thank you, Apple Brooks. Susan B. Honey, are you on here too? Light Seeker. Yeah, thank you all. Thank you, moderators, for all that you do. I know it can kind of get kind of wild when we're talking about the aliens. It can get really wild. It really can, you all. That's why we got moderators. But they do the best they can, and it's okay. You can have an opinion. You can talk. Don't be speaking down to me, rude and disrespectful. We're talking about our world is changing, and something has definitely implanted implants in these people's bodies. And this scientist, this guy, this researcher, he had an untimely death. And then they brought in the nanotechnology experts. And one of the things that were removed from one of these people's body was a self-assembling thing. Okay, they admitted frequencies and all of this kind of stuff, you all. So I'm going to go. And thank you. With that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your morning, you all. It's great. It's only 9:30. You got the whole day ahead of you to get going. Get prepared. Get prepared for this aliens. Even though you may not physically see them, you can look around and see the telltale signs of destruction in certain areas and things that don't feel right. Yeah, that's a sign. Love you.